Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the TeSys Island Training. I'm your host, Leandro Romada, and in this video what we're gonna see is the voltage interface module that we have in the offer. So let's go to the presentation. There we go. So along with the complete range of products that we have in the TeSys Island, we are going to focus only in one, which is the voltage interface, this one over here. Okay, so the idea of this voltage interface, as you can see here in this picture, is to monitor the voltage that we have. But having this on the island will allow me to measure the energy and power for each of the different avatars. There are some avatars that doesn't have this feature, but depending on the avatar selected, we should be able to have the energy monitoring. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is just an overview. So on the TeSys Island, we have the possibility to use one phase or three phase. So depending on the phase, or depend if you're using one phase or three phases, then different is the connection that we need to use. Okay, but that needs to be configured. And I believe we just need to double check that. But if you're going to use in the island different phases, for example, one avatar with three phase and two avatars with one phase, I believe, if I'm not wrong, you will need to split the island in two and have the voltage interface for each island in order to measure that. Okay, because that voltage interface will work only on the voltage selected on the TeSys island. Okay, I can show you that. So in order to get this this voltage interface, what we need to do is to use this reference TPR BM001. That basically will be TeSys product voltage interface 001. I don't know, but it's 001. So let's see a few of the characteristics. So we have the LEDs that allow us to know what's really happening with the unit. Okay, then we have the upstream connection for the voltage, and we have the ribbon cable, which is similar to this one. This one is I/O, but the size is going to be the same, but it says voltage interface. You have the LEDs in the front, and you have the ribbon cable in order to connect to the bus coupler or any other device. And then on the left side you have this cover that allows you to connect another ribbon. Okay, and in the top you have the terminals. This particular module is a digital I/O, but it's going to be the same look and feel as the voltage interface. Okay, then in the top, depending on the configuration that we use, okay, we need to connect the cables over there. Okay, so there's a few indications over here. Just put myself here. So you have the, if you're using three phases, then you just need to connect L1, L2, and L3. If you're using the one phase, then what you need to do is to connect the L1 and the L3 indications in the top. Okay, that's something very important to know. And this one, if you're using this, okay, is for the detection. There we go. So further information about the LEDs. Okay, so as I mentioned before, we have some LEDs, and let me see if I can show that here. So in this demo case, I have the voltage interface over here. Okay, you have the QR code, name tag in case you want it. You have the voltage interface indication over there, and then you have the LEDs. Okay, if everything is well, then these two should be in green. Okay, as you can see, steady green, ready voltage, and steady green over here in the indicator state is the is ready. Okay, in the device status LED. So how we can add this? Okay, and this can be a little bit tricky if you are not aware. Okay, so first thing is to open Sumove and add a TeSys Island. If you're unable to see the TeSys Island, it means that you don't have the DTM. And if you're not able to see the voltage interface, it means that it's correct, We just need to add in a different way. Okay, so let's open SumMove, create offline project, TeSys Island, create. Here you can see there is anything at all. If we go to my avatar, here, devices, load, voltage interface, no, application, voltage interface, custom, favorites, nothing. We can see here there is no voltage interface avatar, which is all right. So if we go to load and select, for example, motor one direction, add, on this recipe that we have for this avatar, we have the option low energy monitoring. If we go select here, yes, it will add the module that we need, TPRBM001. Okay, and then if you go to my island, you have the voltage interface over there. I was a little bit too fast, but if we select no, here the energy monitoring is not enabled. Okay, so if we select the low energy, we have the energy monitoring over here, and we have for the system. Okay, and we have also for the avatar. Now, there are a few avatars that don't have that. If we go add avatars, if we go to device, select switch, there is no energy monitoring. If you go to seal, doesn't have that option. If we add another one, digital IO, it doesn't have that option. But if we go to load, for example, motor 2 speeds, we have the option. Okay, it's not enough for having the voltage interface in the module. We just need to select in each of them yes. Then if you go to energy monitoring, you're able to see these ones are gray. We are not able to touch them. Only these ones that have this circle. Okay, so let's go back here to the presentation. This one, I'm able to see a TeSys Island. So then the solution is to download the DTN, install it, and you can find it in our website, schneider-se.com. I'm able to find the voltage interface. It's okay, you are never going to find it in that way. Just need to select the low energy in some of the load avatars. Okay. Already explained this part. So the voltage interface is for load and application only, not for device. I already explained this part. And you have the energy monitoring. So open SumMove, create, load, energy tab, check hardware view. In the avatar, check energy monitoring. So this part's already covered, but I'm going to show you other things. So I'm going to connect to this demo that I have. So this one is this one has M2.4, and using an M2.4 to connect to this device. So here you can see that I'm going to turn this on, enable run. You can see now should be able to run this, and you can see on the energy it's doing something. Energy monitoring, you have something, and I have probably a trip. Yeah, that's something I need to configure on the device, but you're able to go to system diagnostics, here events, jam, okay, and overcurrent trip. Okay, so I can go here on my example and select no rant, and there's no trip anymore, and this is already fine. Okay, but what I want to show you is that we have on the energy monitoring, we have all this over here. to see the consumption and energy on everything. Okay, so it's the main idea of having the voltage interface. So if we compare this, the standard solution, if we go back here, if we compare the standard solution of having, for example, contactor and a motor circuit breaker and the overload relay, we have these three elements, and we can replace the contactor and the overload relay and using the starter. And if we want, we can give further information to the user by having the voltage interface. It doesn't cost that much, and you have further information. Okay, of course you have a lot of information with the starter about the current, but you can have the energy and power using the voltage interface. Okay, so it's like a add-on that we have. So you just need just one voltage interface per island. Okay, so there is no need to, if you select in different avatars, the energy monitoring it doesn't mean that it's going to add more voltage interface. You just have one for the complete island. So this is like an overview for the voltage interface model that we have in the TeSys island offer. Okay, I totally recommend to have it. Okay, it's not that much. So for any avatar, I probably recommend to have the voltage interface. It's not mandatory, but it's a nice add-on to have on the solution. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.